Version 1.5 of Zenless Zone Zero is going to be astronomical. And I say this meaning it both as the joke, obviously, and literally. So today, we're going to talk about what happened during the 1.5 special live stream. But of course, before we get into that, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, check out GamerSubs. Use code Tystra for 10% off. We're keeping it short because we have a lot to cover. First things first, big shout out to Sora Hoshina, who does these overviews consistently. Like they pack it into like one big post, and I really do appreciate Sora for this. I keep forgetting to follow Sora on Twitter and YouTube. So if you haven't done so already, I'm going to link the YouTube and Twitter of Sora to give them credit because again, this post, they do so well with these overviews. So we're going to dive in. Of course, the code, it's already passed. So if you haven't redeemed it yet, sucks to be you. Like, that's really all I could say. It's already passed because it's the 12th now. So let's talk about characters and banners as well. So we're going to first talk about phase 1, but first let's talk about, obviously, Astra being amazing. Astra Yao is going to be probably the most broken support character in ZZZ, like, for a long, long time. Like, Astra Yao is the Robin of Zenless Zone Zero with what she can do. With her abilities, I believe it's from her like either her skill or her ultimate. But basically she's able to give you crit. She's gonna boost, like, this is between both her skill and her like ultimate at this point. Like, I'm having a hard time like remembering specifically, but between those two, she's going to be able to boost crit. She's going to be able to boost your attack power. She's going to be able to be immune to damage. She's going to have auto dodge. She's going to also be able to, like, give you chain attacks, like 2 chain attacks when you switch into other characters. So normally how you do your normal switches, well, she's going to give you chain attacks right out the get-go. So that's huge, especially since, like, a lot of characters will benefit from chain attacks, like Jane Doe, Yabi. Like, really any anomaly DPS character is going to benefit from the switch-ins. I think even attack DPS are going to be able to do that as well. Like, really any character benefits from being on a team with her. So she's going to be that, like, crazy third slot. And she heals as well. She does all of this as a character. I guess from what people were saying in, like, the but beta stuff, she was able to regenerate energy. So she was broken before, but she's still broken now. I don't expect her to be off of, like, the S tier list for a long, long time. If Pride Win, I'm telling you right now, if you put her in A rank when she's like this broken, I'm calling BS, bro. Like, she is gonna be the must summon character of 1.5. I'm not even joking. So, but phase 1 banners are as followed. Astra Yao and Ellen Jo gets the first rerun. Of course, it's going to be Ellen Jo, everyone's favorite shark girl, right? Very excited for her, but she's going to come back a little bit later in this as well. I think twice overall, because there's a lot of good stuff happening with Ellen Jo, and I'm very excited for that. By the way, use code TEST for 10% off if you like booty. I'm just saying. As we go down, we see that both Anby and Corin are going to be a part of those banners. Pretty cool. And then we go down to phase 2 with Evelyn and the rerun of Qing Yi. Now, Evelyn's going to be a fun attack character. She's going to be able to do kind of similar things like Kafka does in HSR, like a lot of the same type of animations, but she's not going to be the same type of personality as Kafka. So it's like kind of a contrast. Like, it's if Kafka was, I wouldn't say, if Kafka wasn't a perverted person. Like, this is what Kafka is. Now, her animations look really, really cool. I think she's going to be a fun DPS character in general. But I was talking with somebody, and I think that attack DPSs in general, like regular attack characters, they need something to boost them up because anomaly proficiency-based characters are kicking the ass of regular attack characters for DPSs. However, she still looks like she's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to use her. Plus, she's incredibly hot. Qing Yi getting a rerun as well. I think that what they're doing is they're going to save Shu Yan for 1.6 for something big. And again, it ties into what we're talking about with Ellen a little bit later. But Zhu Yan, I think, is going to be the next rerun after Qing Yi in 1.6. So, and of course, in the phase 2 banner, we're getting Anton and Nicole. I still think that we need new 4-stars. We haven't had a new 4-star since Seth, so would be cool. Now, we already talked about Astra Yao being this broken support. Her animations look absolutely sick. She's also going to have her first song or concert on the day of release, so that's pretty cool. Evelyn, her animations look so fire. No pun intended, because she is a fire attribute character. We're getting a new Bang Boo. He takes pictures. Cool. I mean, people were hype about this, about the Bang Boo. I'm hype about it just because it's a brand new Bang Boo. However, I didn't understand the abilities. It just said, oh, he attacks by taking pictures. And I'm like, so, okay, does he daze? Does he do this? I think he is a daze type of character, but yeah. We're getting, obviously, new W engines. We already do that. Excuse me, it's a little bit later. I'm getting to recording this after I just got done, you know, doing some stuff. Now, we already know that there's a special episode coming out for Astra Yao and Evelyn, which is pretty dope. I like this art. Belle looks amazing in this. I'm just going to say that right now. Evelyn does too. My God. But yeah, so the story is going to be pretty sick. It's going to be basically like Astra Yao and Evelyn are in a facility doing a concert or whatever the heck, and then they get attacked from what it seems like, right? And it's going to be kind of a New Year's event because there's a lot of things going to happen. Like, it's going to be another Avengers Assemble type of moment almost. But not for the battle, just for afterwards, from what it seems like. Now, this is one of the first things we're talking about when it comes to Ellen Jo. She's getting an update for her agent story, so she's getting a second one. And the reason why I was saying Zhu Yan might be the next one for the next update, no offense to Qing Yi, but Qing Yi's story is kind of already concluded in essence. Zhu Yan's, I think, can dive a little bit deeper, and Ellen Jo's going to be going over her school life. So that's why Zhu Yan, I think, will get another story in 1.6. However, let's talk about Ellen Jo's. Ellen Jo's is going to go through her school life, and we're basically going to be kind of covering, I guess, for her, saying, oh yeah, she's only a schoolgirl. She doesn't do this housekeeping thing and like battle enemies and all that stuff, right? Which I think is kind of weird. I get it to a degree, I guess, but you know, it is what it is. We're still not done with Ellen Jo, by the way. Sorry, I'm dealing with something in my throat as well, so trying to deal with that. New events, we got the Day of Brilliant Wishes, which is going to be basically like a couple of different things. So first one, as you can see, it's going to be like a little dance battle. It kind of reminds me of the Clefairy battle mini game that we would have in the original Pokemon Stadium. Yeah, Stadium. In the original Pokemon Stadium, where it's like fairy, fairy, you know, that type of thing. But you're going to be battling to deal damage and all that stuff. So, and then of course there's going to be a Fall Guys mode on top of that, which is pretty dang busted. I am so excited to play Fall Guys as Bang Boom. If this actually led, right, to a crossover between the Zenless Zone Zero and Fall Guys, I would lose it. Like, I would be back to Fall Guys all over again. But I'm already excited for the fact that there's going to be this event in general. So, and of course, from this event, and we'll talk about it a little bit later as well, we're getting new outfits. As you can see, we have Nicole's right here. She's going to be a free outfit. We're going to dive more into that a little bit later. Now, of course, with more events, we got the Ultimate Angler Championship where we're going to be fishing. For me, personally, it's cool. At the same time, though, I'm kind of frustrated because I got away from fishing in Genshin. I didn't want to fish again. But, hey, you know what? Rewards are rewards. It's better than just grabbing the fish for a collection. So, there's that. But it looks like it actually is a little bit easier than Genshin's, to be honest. And it has its own animations instead of just being like, oh, you neatly got him. Wink. Oh, it's a big one. Yeah, thanks, Paimon. Deeply appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, so that's pretty dope. Godfinger Ultimate Showdown. So Godfinger is getting kind of an update with this as well, where it's going to be like a PvP leaderboard type of thing. Which will tie into some other leaderboard stuff happening for another game. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. We're going to be playing some Godfinger, which I haven't played Godfinger in a while. So this gives me a reason to play Godfinger, right? We got the Endless Tower, The Last Stand. So Endless Tower is getting an update, going up to 100. Yeah, so there's that. I know that some people were talking about Endless Tower and having fun with it. So kudos to y'all. You're getting a great update. I can't wait to try it out as well. Click Hollow Reporter, which is just taking pictures, but you're taking pictures while battling, which is dope. all those pictures of Jane Doe being extremely hot, you could take. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Cleanse Calamity for Hollow Zero. Hollow Zero is getting another update, as you can see. It looks like they're going to be more bait, like from what it looks like, right? It's going to be based on each individual, like, proxy. No, not proxy. Agent, right? So it's really cool. These are going to be the first 4 agents: Ellen Joe, Yanagi, Miyabi, and Billy Boy, right? I dig this because it makes people get comfortable with other characters. And I think ZZZ kind of transcends the whole oh yeah, you only need to use like 1 or 2 characters. I think that you could use any character and be perfectly fine. I've said this to one of my friends, Mika, and I was like, yeah, I truly feel like any character in ZZZ is able to be built properly and you could still beat content, but you have to just know how to play the character. It's exactly like a fighting game, which is sad to say because I know that EO was saying like, oh yeah, this is kind of reminiscent of a fighting game in some cases. But they are very inspired by Street Fighter, so it makes sense. Today's recommended film, which is a recommended film like thing where you talk to each person. You have to really just be like, hey, you should go see this film. But you have to go off of their taste, so cool. 141 Going Green. Excuse me. Going green. Basically, this event's already happened a couple times where you turn in something and you get rewards in return. So pretty sick. A dream come true at last, which is going to be I can't remember what the game is called, but basically it's like it's this little board, and if you see a 2 and a 2 and you press the right button, it like puts everything as far as they can go, and it merges the 2 and the 2 into the 4, and then you could go down and the 4 and the 4 merge into an 8. I can't remember. I think it's like 1086 or something like that is the game. But yeah, it's that game. But I'm in love with the art style. I think the art style of the characters looks really, really sick for both of that. So, and then of course, double stuff going on. Data bounties doubled. Your, double in disk drives and stuff. Pretty cool. Now let's get into some of the like bigger things that came out of this live stream, right? So we already have our check-in events, but this one's a little different. This is an extra one that they're going to be doing at the start where you could get polychrome every time you log in. Now, of course, it's only about 480 polychrome, but it's still free polychrome, right? This is to celebrate the new year. So they're giving us an extra 4 summons, basically. 4 summons for, being a part of, ZZZ. So pretty cool on that. And then, of course, we got our normal 10 summons that we get every single patch. Kudos to them for consistently doing that. Genshin do better. HSR do better because HSR doesn't do it every patch anymore. They're becoming stingy. Stop it. And then, of course, we're getting another free 10 pull as well. This was just random. Like, they've given enough pulls to like kind of be like, okay, if they didn't do it for New Year's, I wouldn't be too upset because they give a free 10 pull every single update. But they're giving another free 10 pull on top of that. But this is going to be halfway through, the actual update. So I think it's the 29th is when this one starts going into February. So big kudos to them for even doing that. And then, of course, our 10 free boopons, we already get that. So 4 check-in login events is pretty sick, right? Now we're going into a new arcade game as well called Mach 25. This is basically a racing type of thing where you just have to like move the car. You know those old games that were like super, super handheld and look like the controllers, and you would click on it and it's like translucent and you have to like move the car around? That's basically what this game is going to be. It looks fun. It does look fun, and it brings a lot of nostalgia in me, right? Because I used to play those little fake, not fake games, but the little games like that all the time when I was younger, right? You get them as prizes or whatever, and you could just play it. So I think it's going to be fun. Bizarre Brigade is getting a bunch of updates, and I'm stoked, right? So it's getting co-op, which means that you could play with 3 other players, which is pretty dang cool. Leaderboards getting a massive update to where you could actually like have full-blown leaderboards again, like reset, which is dope. And of course, you can also get agents to come in and play on the game. So you'll actually be able to play as, like, I think it was Wise, Belle, Billy, Anby, Nicole, and Nekomata. You could actually have them as playable characters. But not only that, right? From what they were talking about, this new mode, or this new update to Bazaar Brigade, is going to also give us an endless mode. So then that way we're not, like, only going to, like, number 10. You could actually keep on playing past, like, level 10. I think that's cool, because I won't lie, I got kind of ticked off that we got stuck with level 10 and that's your score, where you could just continuously play endless mode. And I think that would be a lot more fun. Just keep on playing until you actually die, instead of being like, yay, I cleared level 10. That's it. So really excited for the stuff coming to Bazaar Brigade. So, and then Dead End Butcher is getting a new skill in endgame. Like, he's going to be changed for some of the endgame stuff. And I think that tells me a lot about ZZZ as a game in general. Because I feel as though that games are afraid to change what they have and make it, you know, updated. I think that this is going to be a welcomed update to see that bosses can change their tactics, so you have to adjust to that. So, very excited to see that. New collectibles and sharing functions. You could share what your shelf looks like, and, you know, that's really what I see from that. There is going to be new collectibles as well. But other than that, you could show off your W engine still. You could show off the stuff you'd buy from the Sans Z shop. Dope. Now, here's one that I've been complaining about. I have basically every character in ZZZ. Why is it that I can't put, like, characters on random? Now, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but it's a start. You could now select up to 5 dynamic wallpapers. So, like, every time you pause the screen, it'll be something different, right? You could have a Jane Doe, Astra Gal, Evelyn, Ellen Joe, and then Grace. Like, it'll shuffle through those, right? So I think that's a welcome change. I just wish that you could just put it as random, right? Random, any wallpaper that you have. I think that would be cool. But that's a suggestion for another time. I'm still happy with the fact that they're doing this. Badges and titles are optimized. I honestly didn't really look into badges. So, like, I have not looked into badges, man. Maybe that's just a skill issue on my part, but this was the only thing that was a nothing burger to me, in my personal opinion. I don't really care. Weekly bosses in Notorious Hunt now only have you go straight to the boss. You do not have to worry about doing the preliminary round, which is fighting the small enemies going into the boss. It just takes you straight into the boss. Thank God. I did not understand why this wasn't done in the first place, but this is a welcome change. Thank you, ZZZ, for doing it, right? The training plan function that we got from last update is already getting another update where you could customize the plan that you want. Are you going to be level 60ing your W engine? Are you going to be going for 12, 12, 12, and 12 on all your skills and everything like that? Like, you could actually adjust it to that, so it'll show you exactly what you're going to need. Battery charge optimization. Battery, from what they're saying, is the backup battery is going to be chosen at first, because if you look currently in 1.4, it's, you have your reserve battery slots that give you 60 automatically, then you have your battery charge, and then you have your polychrome. Now it's just going to go straight to the battery charge first, and you could choose if you don't want to use the battery charges. So definitely a good change, just to kind of save time and save frustration in case you accidentally go for one of the charges, right? Crab Dismantle, lower and higher ranks. It's been optimized to where it's like literally a click of a button. It doesn't take you through different menus. It just pops it up and like, are you sure you want to do this? Click. All right, bet. There you go. You got it. Updated UI for disk drives and results screen. Basically, what's going on is that it shows all the actual emblems of the discs right there instead of showing these, so you know exactly what you're going for right out the gate. I would find some frustration with trying to find exactly which disc I needed, or disk drive. So that's a cool little update. And then when you use the Victoria housekeeping card, it makes it so this is the UI now, which I like a lot more than the previous UI. So kudos. Disk drive filters will be arranged by the same order as music store and database. Cool. Dig that, of course. Selected main stat will be saved for each agent and partition. Cool. Love that. Optimized W engine display logic. Cool. Love that. So a lot of really, really good optimizations that, you know, they're cool. They don't affect me too much, but they're cool, you know. On to some of the main event stuff. New outfits. We're getting 3 new outfits in total. First one, Astrid Yao is getting an outfit. This outfit looks really good. I don't know how I feel about an outfit right out the gate, but I'm not against it. I think that this looks really, really cool. It's Chandelier, so I'm going to be singing Sia's Chandelier the entire time. Ella Joe getting a schoolgirl outfit. To me, I'm kind of like, eh. I mean, I'm happy about it, but at the same time, I'm like, eh. Could have been something different. We see Ellen Joe in her school outfit all the time. But now we could battle with her in her school outfit, so there's something. But it is adorable. Very simplistic. I don't know if this should be a paid skin, though, personally. That's just me. Some people might argue, but this is a very plain skin to make, like, worth up to $20 to $30, right? This skin, on the other hand, this Nicole skin is fire. I love this skin, and it honestly, like, it looks so good on her. It would look better with her, like, out of it, but it looks good on her, right? This is such a good one, and it's free. That's what I think is the best part about it. Character trailers are coming out for Astrid Yao very, very soon, and that's that. Overall, 1.5 is such a banger update, and there's so much going on. Astrid Yao as a character is absolutely insane. She's going to be meta breaking, and honestly, I'm going to feel bad for the next support that has to take over after Astrid Yao served her purpose. But yeah, lots of great things, skins, new events, a lot of free summons. So let me know in the comments down below what your favorite part of 1.5 is going to be, and if you're excited for the stuff coming on. Guys, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. Like, my voice is already shot. I don't know what's going on with my voice lately, but yeah, I'm just saying. Anyways, enough yapping. Thank you so much for the opportunity to entertain you. Please make sure that you follow Sora Hoshina either on Hoyo Labs, Twitter, or YouTube. I'll put the links in the description down below. Anyways, y'all, that's going to be it. Love you to death. And as always, we'll catch you in that next video. Please take care and be safe.